detail the asset-based approach with the aim of helping teachers and creating a culture of learning that helps identify and mobilize resources within the learning context to solve learning-related problems. In order to achieve this, it is vital that as teachers we gain an understanding of how we can use the strengths and resources of students to support them in the classroom. Furthermore, we have to gain an understanding of the asset-based approach while considering its practical implications in the learning environment. The asset-based approach was traditionally defined as a strength-based approach. It places emphasis on the recognition of learners' inherent talents, strengths, cultural backgrounds as resources which can facilitate effective learning, as opposed to focusing on learners' weaknesses. This approach to learning makes use of diverse experiences, skills, and communities to create a more inclusive and equitable learning environment. With that said, in order to guarantee the proper application of the asset-based approach, it is important that we consider its key principles and practices. These principles are firstly a shift from deficit to strength. Secondly, a recognition of diverse assets. Thirdly, a promotion of equity. Fourthly, the use of inclusive methods. And lastly, empowering learners. We shall begin with the shift from deficit to strength. This requires us to question how to use the strength and resources of students to support them in the classroom. Using the strength and resources of students means shifting the focus from what learners lack to what they bring, their skills, interests, and experiences, cultural knowledge, and relationships. This is the heart of the asset-based approach in education. Instead of seeing learners as empty vessels, the teacher sees them as valuable contributors to the learning process. Here are practical ways that teachers can use learner strengths as resources. So we have to identify learners' assets. We start by observing and listening to learners to discover their strengths. For example, we have social skills. Some learners are good communicators or leaders. Others have creative talents. Others might be artistic, musical, or good at problem solving. Others have cultural knowledge. Learners bring languages, traditions, and local experiences that can enrich the classroom experiences. Community connections are also relevant as some come from families which are involved in crafts, small businesses, or social projects that can become learning resources. In a grade 7 social class, a learner who helps their parents in a spaza shop can share real life insights on trade and entrepreneurship, linking community knowledge to classroom theory. In light of this, we have to mobilize those strengths in lessons. After identifying strengths, we have to design lessons that make use of them. We have to group learners so that each member's skill contributes to the team. One presents, one researches, and one illustrates. We have to allow learners to express understanding in different ways through art, through songs, through story, or digital tools. And we have to encourage peer teaching. Learners have to be confident and can help others to understand the topic. During a life skills project, a learner with strong drawing skills designs the group poster, while another who enjoys writing creates the captions. Each learner's contribution is valued. In light of this, we have to build a supportive classroom environment. When learners see their strength recognized, they feel valued and motivated. Teachers can give positive feedback, highlighting effort and talent. They can create inclusive tasks where learners can succeed. They can celebrate diversity and use cultural experiences and multilingual teaching moments. We also have to connect learning to the community. The asset-based approach also values community and family resources. Teachers can invite parents or local experts to share knowledge. They can use community issues like recycling, water use, or local history as learning themes. Learners might interview grandparents about local traditions for history projects, linking school content to lived experience. We can also encourage self-reflection and growth. We can help learners see their own potential by asking them to reflect on their strengths and goals. We can use journals or discussions where they can identify what they did well and what they can improve upon. Learners can write a short reflection after each topic. What skill did I use to help my group? Which is a key question to ask. This will promote self-awareness and confidence. By integrating the asset-based approach, teachers can transform classrooms into communities of capability, not deficiency. This approach improves learner engagement and confidence. It builds mutual respect and belonging. It promotes sustainable learning. Because teachers can use what they already know and value,